Hello average anglers, welcome to another live average angler match. Today I'm back at Viaduct. I've not been here very many times. It's probably my third, maybe fourth open ever. And I've drawn peg 111 again, which I've drawn earlier in the year. I caught well in this margin if you remember watching that video, but I struggled out here. Everyone told me it was the skimmers, but it was like skimmer spawning time. So I'm hoping today to be some more skimmers. With that in mind, I've got the meat. So I've got lots of meat, 6 mils or 7 mils, I can't remember what they are. Lots of pellets, and that's it really. I've got some micro pellets for down this edge. I'm feeding 8 mils down this edge. I've got a short meat line, a long meat line, and I've also got the option to chuck the bomb long, put by the side of that aerator, which is just just short the centre. That's what we've got planned. I'm gonna lots of fish bubbling just here on my long pole line. Just tempted to straighten out and have a look at that. I might feed the short pole line with a big pot and go out to the long pole line and see what I can catch. And like loose feed over the top of the short line with the meat. And just start from there with meat. See where we go. And just work our way up. Should have like a mixed approach. Hopefully we'll pick up the odd carp in amongst the silvers. Been some big weights of silver here recently, so fingers crossed we can get in amongst a few. Right guys, about 20 minutes, half an hour in. Got about 5 skimmers in the net, all on the longer line. Just tapping in meat at the minute on the longer line, trying not to ping any bait on the longer line. It's hard to be accurate there. Try not to give these skimmers a reason to come up. Fella next to me started short. He's trying to fish for the skimmers as well. He's just up to carp actually. Probably got about the same as me, if not slightly more. And I've got a short line just there. Which I'll just hold the pole there as I ship out. I'm just going to keep that ticking over and I can come back onto that a bit later on. I've got 2 lines going. Just taking my time and just like tapping. I'll just swing the rig past. I've got that nice gentle fork. Tap. 8 or 10 bits of meat in. And just wait for a bite. It's not fast and furious. I've got a little 0.2 float on out there. Strung out with number 10, it's got 4 number 10s down it, so all it's got about 4 watt, so it's quite slow. But I think these skimmers, they like to watch it coming in. See, one's just jumped out the swim there, just missed a bite, and one's just jumped out the back of the swim, which means I probably spooked him. He's probably the one that's just got away with it. Yeah, I put an initial pot in. So the pot I've got on the pole now, I filled it up with meat and a bit of micros. I thought if I put a few micros it might draw fish in quicker. And then I can just keep putting meat in after that. I don't want to put loads of micros in case they start getting on them and I ain't got any expanders or anything with me. And then we're straight on it. The fish was bubbling on it before I even got out there and I've had one straight away. And it's gone a bit slower. Just sort of being patient. A lot of my bites really are coming after it's settled. Another one. The bite missed there. A lot of them are probably liners. So I've got the meat air rigged. That just enables me not to try and strike. I don't have to try and strike through the meat every time I get a bite. So I can just like lift the rig gently. If one of these skimmers, they're not small skimmers, a pound plus skimmers really is what we're looking for. Just sort of that, 3/4 of a pound is a small one. And so they're going to have, they'll have the bait and the hook in their mouth on an air rig, so it's not a problem. So as soon as I get an indication, I just lift slowly. And if they're on, they're on. If not, I can just swing the meat back in. I've not got to ship back 14.5 metres again. Going back and forth with meat, which can be a disaster. And you're trying to catch a lot of fish. There's loads of fish out there now, absolutely loads of fish. This bottom's bubbling up and we're getting indications, little touch there then. There we are, it's just gone under. I'm just waiting for that more positive indication and then just a gentle lift. I'm fishing with like 11 jaw slip, no, sorry, 13 jaw slip, which is like a 13 hollow, put 2mm hollow basically, not hollow, hybrid, like so 2mm hybrid, and it means that I can get a bit of elastic out of these skimmers, but if I do want one of the resident 10 pounders in here, I'm on 019 line with an 019 up length, so I've got a chance. He's got a right nasty little sore on his head, look, and what's happened to him? So I shouldn't have had a peck at him, but they're the sort of average stamp we're getting, I'd say £1. I've got 6 now, so I've probably got £6. The guy next to me has just upped a car. I don't know if he got it out or not, but he broke a pole section. He looks like he's also fishing for skimmers. I don't know if he's a regular or not, but it's always handy to have somebody next to you think might be a regular, because it gives you an idea of how you're performing. I haven't got a clue whether or not I'm doing well or whether I'm just doing normal, so I can use it as a guide. I can make my decisions based on. Based on what he's doing. So I'm just stopping that rig every time I get to that spot. I'm just chucking some bait in. Trying to be accurate, but I'm not super accurate. But once I fish it, I'll tighten it all up with a pole pot anyway. I feel like that's what needs to happen. At the moment, I don't seem to be having it as it's dropping through the water. I seem to be having it after it's settled. I know that keep flicking the rig around at the back, you'll occasionally get those better stamp skimmers and maybe even pick up an odd carp. There's a lot of people on the lake today mugging. I can't see any muggers. I've not seen a single mugger in my swim. I've just walked around before the start of the batch to where Tom Thick is 2 pegs to my left, and he had like 10 or 12 muggers on the top of the water in front of him already with a start. The guy opposite me over there, I've seen he's mugged a few. I saw Andy Power at the other end of the lake, totally opposite end of the lake to me. Andy Power, he started mugging on the pole. He looks like he's got a fish on the rod and line now, so I'm wondering if he's mugging him on the waggler, which is something he's like an expert next level, better than everybody else at. So he's down in that corner. If he's got some fish on the top, he's going to be next to impossible to beat. This might be a carp. Doesn't seem to be. It might be for sedate skimmer. No. Because I've got a lightish elastic on. No, I think it's just a good skim. I think it might even be a foul up one. There's a lot of fish there. This is heavy. This is a carp, I think. Yeah, we got a carp on here, guys. There's a carp of all sizes here. Not just massive monitors, there's smaller, more manageable size ones. I'm sure actually it could be a skimmer foul hooked. It'll be a fight. Oh, it's a foul hooked skimmer, there we are. Look at that, so one of the better skimmers foul hooked. So that's what I'm saying, they are off the bottom. Oh. He's closer to £2, I'm like 1.5. Right, we're literally just over an hour in. Just had skimmer what I think is number 15. I did lose count about 10, so it could be 14 or 16, somewhere around that. We're going to call it 15 for my own sanity. I'm cracking on. So, with 15 skimmers, which I think will give me somewhere between 15 and £20, I think. Which not too bad an hour in. Bites have definitely slowed a little. A nice little golden spell about half an hour ago where I was in and out and catching them really quickly. Now, I've not had one for a little while there. I was just thinking, what should I drop on this short line to see if I can catch a bit quicker there. Where I've been like throwing bait. and we just had one. I like a better one, so I'm thinking I'll stick with this one. The better one's there. We'll try again. Just keep throwing the meat in there. I'm alternating on that line now, so every time I go out, I throw meat or 6mm pellets. Mostly just to try to conserve my meat. I've only got 3 tins. I've only bought 3 tins with me. Well, actually I lie. I bought 5 tins with me, but only 3 of them are chopped. And my chopper's at home. Or Cuba. Or meat cutter, or whatever you want to call it. When the wind blows, it's very hard to get the rig in how I want it. I want the rig to lay out past the feed and swing back in. These skimmers definitely are watching it. But when the wind's blowing, it keeps blowing the rig back right underneath my pole tip. And it's not windy, but it's a light rig. And so, you know, it doesn't take much of a breeze for it to come back in. And that's what we want. When we get it right, they go that quick, and then that's a proper one again. That's another lot. 2.5 pounder. That's exactly what we want to be doing. See, this why sometimes it's good not to be too rash and come off the line too quickly, because just slow down a bit, you get spells. Pocket 2 or 3 of these now again. Let's put down number 16. It's a nice one. I've just had 2 of these in a row now. 2 proper ones like that. It's £5 in them, isn't it? Pretty much. Came here thinking mixed bag, catch what I can. I'm now thinking, my thought process now is, do I just stick with silvers and try and get the silvers pay out? It's paying top 2 weights overall, top 2 silver weights, and 2 sections basically. Gosh, I can just see how things are going, and things are going well. Doing alright, and I feel like I could catch carp down the edge and I could switch to that at the end to try and win the match. But I feel like other people have ran away with it, because I can't see any power from here. I can see him clear as day, but he's just not catching my eye. He could have had £100 already and I wouldn't have even seen it, because he's too far out of my eye line, and he's quite far away. He's just about as far away as a peg can be on this lake, so I can't really see what he's doing or how he's catching. He's obviously going to have a great weight, Andy, because he knows his friendly at the back of his hand. And these are perfect weather conditions for Andy, this sort of fishing that Andy loves. Well, he loves all fishing, but you know, this is what he lives for, I think, pretty much. He loves all this sort of hot weather, shallow fishing, big pellets and catching units. I've also got Tom, who I can't see to my left, who's very similar. If he still can see muggers, then he's going to be hard work to beat. But I ain't seen a lot of splashing. So maybe they've all disappeared as soon as the oil in goes, which can happen here. Well, anywhere, it happens everywhere, doesn't it? Sometimes the oil in goes and they're just gone. So I'm playing to my strength. I know it's going to be a hard, hot day, and the carp are not really going to play ball properly, certainly early anyway. And there's another one. And so I'm just going for skimmers. It feels like I can catch down on the deck, which they seem to be. They don't mind a bit of warm weather, the skimmers. Should be able to wait with these. I mean, Jesus, I've just put £7.5 in the bag. Well, probably put best part £7 in the bag with this fish. And 3 little chucks, and then it's a carp. Somebody else got to catch a carp now. Oops. Can I get it, or I need a disgorger? Get the disgorger. Behave yourself, fish. Not happy about being disgorged, is he? I won't get an out anything, did he, as well? So he's not quite £2 that fish, I don't think. So I've definitely had 6, maybe £7 there in there. 3 puts, that puts me on fish number 17. So I'm thinking of, I've got to be careful because the net limit's only £50. But they're not all been that big, guys. You know, some of the early fish were a lot smaller. Oop, I'm having a bit of a problem there now and again. I've cut the meat slightly smaller than I normally would. I've just tried, literally, today I've come, normally if I was doing this here I would do like 7 or 8 mil meat. Try and catch some carp as well. But today I've come purely for the skimmer, so if I do 6 mil, like sort of refine it a little bit for the skim bobs, might help me. And that's fine, but it doesn't quite, you know, it tends to mean that there's not so much for the band to pull into. And it's very hot today, if you haven't worked that out already. Sorry about the noise from the aerator, absolutely nothing I can do about that. I'll see if I can get it out on post-processing, but it usually makes my voice sound like a robot when I try and do stuff like that. So I just lost where I was, which section I had in my hand, so I can just feed. That's the worst throw of the day. Better. At the moment, I don't need to go on that line. If I was catching skimmers next to his turnaround, I was behind him. I don't know if he's expected to catch skimmers down there, which is a perfectly legitimate thing to expect, as they do. They do catch them in the margins everywhere. These commercials, right, have I got no meat coming out? My meat's stuck in. There he is. Must have wedged him in a bit too tight. Try it again. Chuck the rig in, see what we get. So, yeah, there we are. So what's that? Did I say 17 now? 17 skimmers. Ranging from sort of just under £1 to probably them, you know, them last two you've seen are probably the 2 of the bigger fish that I've caught. I'll keep them coming. That size, I'll be a very happy man. The wind's just picked back up again now. I can't get the rig to go past. When the rig goes past, you get them bigger ones. A little touch there. So let's see if we can get the rig to go past again. I have to sort of swing it right out there. Be really aggressive with the wind. And I could go and get another section off my pole, I suppose, but I don't know if it works like that. Oh, I've had a squirrel right where the float went in. Probably a carp. I've had a couple of squirrels, and I could get a slapping rig out and just try and slap and catch them carp, but if I'm totally honest, I don't really want to leave my ribbon with the skimmers. I feel like I'm doing alright. Not down the favoured end of the lake. The other end of the lake's definitely better for carp weights, so probably later on at the end of the match they're going to do like 200 or 300 pound of carp down the other end in the edges, and we're just going to be left floundering down here. So perhaps focusing on the silvers is good. There's a good bit of wind there just come through. You could do without that. I was going to try and knock up a heavier rig, which I haven't done really. Beautiful when I set up this morning. It's just got a bit windier. Some of the bites are very delicate. Sometimes I don't even know I've got a bite. I'm just lifting up and there's a fish on. But with it being a long range like this, I can't have too small a float tip on, because you can't see it. Plus it's ripply from, the wind's not rippling it so much, it's more the aerator's rippling it, and I've got different colours. And so I've just got to stick with having, you know, a fair bit of bristle showing. I'm just hoping that every now and again, get some positive indications. Right guys, I've hooked something a bit better. It's 20 past 1. When I'm at 22 skimmers, things have slowed down a little bit. I came short trying to catch, I just couldn't catch anything short, and the long lines went a bit funny, and so while I was short I started pinging on the long line, which seems to have brought a few better skimmers into it. I've just done a couple of nice skimmers on it. And then the float's buried and I've got the carp. He's up to the mouth. About that, he's up to the mouth. I'm going to see if I can just break the pole down a minute. Really doesn't want to break. Yeah, that was hectic, wasn't it? So he's tightening it all day, making sure it's tight now, it's too tight. So we've got strong elastic on, we've got strong hook, we've got strong line, so we should be able to get it out. Got the sections here if I need to add them on, but he's had a good run now, so I'm letting him settle down. So I've got 22 skinners, I think, for somewhere in the region of 25, 30 pounds, I would have thought. It's hard to know. I've had some better ones and I've had some not so good ones. Not a mixed bag, so I'm going to count to 25 and I'm going to switch nets. I'll definitely be below £50 then, because I don't think they're quite averaging £2 a piece. So I can switch to the next net then. A little £6 or £7 carp here, which will be a nice little boost to the weight. Then he did. This is why we got this 13 jaw slip on, because oh, it's a pain. He has these fish. Some to wanna a bigger. Look, there we are. I'll tell you what he is. 7. That's got £7. It's our first carp, 2.5 hours in. Not really fishing for him though, so that's fine. So yeah, I've decided, when I came short on the short line, I get loads and loads of bites, but I couldn't hit anything. I think there's, I'll tell you, I caught a roach. I think there's a lot of roach there on the short line. So I've decided to stop feeding meat there, just feed 6mm hard pellets. And then what I'm doing with the long line at the moment is that's giving me a bit more feed for the longer lines because these are bigger fish. Feeding them the same with the pot as we were before, you know, 10 or 12 pieces of meat. But then I'm also pinging meat out there before I get out there. Just to give them not quite as many pieces in the cat box, it just scatters a lot else. So about 5 or 6. Just to give them, you know, those fish that are around 6, 7 here, so I'll just hold that there, give some nice feed. Short line's a bit of a throwaway line now, really, in my mind. I'll have to come for carp, I'll probably come down the obvious. I'm not that bothered about it. Definitely a few carp out in front of me at the moment. There we are, that's the first carp in the bag. What time did I say it was? 20 past 1. So just shy of 4 hour mark, is that right? Half 10, half 10, half 11, half 12, half 1. 3 hours. Yeah, so we're just about to come to the halfway point of the match. I've got a £7 of carp and I still estimate £25 of silvers. But I might be miles out of my silver estimates because I am sometimes. It's interesting that I caught that carp on the bottom, and I wonder if I didn't catch that carp on the drop, the rig had settled and we were in the swim, settled for 10 seconds before I had the bite, so he was on the deck. So I don't know if that's going to be a pattern or that's a one-off. If I catch lots of fish out, carp out there on the deck, and all of a sudden it opens up a lot more possibilities for me. Sorry if I'm just ranting, but I'm just thinking out loud. That's what I do on my videos, so that it's not totally quiet. I'm surprised that I caught a carp on the bottom. I thought I'd catch one on this line as the rig was settling or falling through the water. And I might do later on, but that one was definitely on the deck. And followed the same pattern as the last couple of skimmer bites that I'd just had before it. I'd just had 2 skimmers before it. I've had a long spell without fish. Like I said, I come short, and it all just went a bit funny. The guy next to me went long, and he started to have a few skimmers, and I thought, well, I'll mess this up now. Should I have started short and gone long? And I dropped short, couldn't get a drop really. I can't get a fish on it. There's loads of indications and fizzing. Put micros in there, it fizzes, but you can't catch anything. You get loads of bites that are unhittable. So I thought, oh, I'm not going to mess about with anything that's going to attract the shitfish. I'm just going to put pellets in there. I feel like there's enough skimmers out long to they're obviously bullying the shitfish away, so I'm not having shitfish problems at range. Or at least that's what I'm assuming is happening. But just under, right guys, got just under a couple of hours to go. Got my second carp. This one I just swung the rig past, and he's had it as it's fallen through the water, so it's probably a right unit because they're normally the ones that are swimming around shallow. The long meat line just really hasn't come good. I'm on 26 skimmers at the minute, so really slowed down the last few hours. I had sort of 18 in the first hour. This is a proper fish. This one. Not doing my short line any favours. To scoop in, but you weren't having it. Stop this guy at the moment, he's going wherever he wants. If he's winged or whether he's caught in your mouth. Doesn't matter now, he's in. Look, I think he was foul up, yeah. Just laid the rig on his back. This top kit bangs, I can't quite get the angle right to get the hook out. Yeah. He's going to be a big old boy. How big than I thought he was. Oh, nearly 12. So we just fouled up to him, so we weren't really coming to the feed or anything. Not like the previous one, which was definitely feeding. Starting to think about what I'm going to do with my edges now. I've got less than so I've got left. Got around 50 minutes to go. I'm just starting to think about what's going on. The short line's got a lot of fizzing on it now. Yeah, the pellets have gone in, so I'm going to put some more pellets in, and then I'll have to have a look at this in a minute. The short line. And see whether or not, see what we've got fizzing on there. Is it skimmers or is it carp? Oh, very good. Put my thumb through my number 7 section there. Brilliant. That's replacement number 7 from a slightly weaker pole. I'm going to have to get my old number 7 out and repair it. So I snapped it in half in a wind. The wind snapped it in half on me earlier in the year. I managed to get hold of a number 7 from an older pole, but I've obviously got a weakness in it there. So I'm going to put a wrap on that before it wrecks it, but I've got to try and find it. So this short life isn't so much. At least it's intermittently fizzing. I've got to have a look at it really. I've been feeding it all day. I've had a go on it, can't catch. Left it for a bit, come back out long. Need something to happen. I'll put a lot of effort in on that line, so if it comes good for me, that'd be nice. I just feel like the skimmers are just not out there now in numbers. Really struggling to work out where my next run of fish is coming from. I've had another good start, sort of get away from me again. Which is a theme for my matches, especially in the summer. Don't know why. I had to give up on that then, and it's gone. Gone with a big skin bob on. It's nice looking. I don't have many of this stamp, but I've maybe 7 or 8 of these proper ones. It's number 27. Very powerful little shit. It's interesting because I had a couple of this size that got spawning nodules on, but this one's finished spawning by the feel of it. The odd cart cruising around in front of me now. So I haven't had all day. I mean, if I was in a mugging mood, if I had a mugging rig out and I was in the mood for it, I could mug all that. That could be a cart. It went a bit. Could easily be a cart, followed it down, that could. Big skimmer, if it's a skimmer this is, it's got to be a cart. That section that I just cracked my finger. It's fighting very strange, it's just a dead weight. It could be one of the real lumpy ones. Some proper units in here. Could be one of them, the way it's fighting. It's not very erratic, it's just weight. Fish this is. Sneaky suspicion this is a big fish. Or just a lazy one, just a lazy one. Surprised me that when we get lazy ones at Viaduct. Oh, steady on you. Get your fingers on that. Oh Christ, it'd be like Mission Impossible trying to get this looking out of this one. Why don't you do your fighting when you're on the bank? When you're in the water, mate. Come on. Really awkward place where it's hooked. Got it. That's in 4 or 5. On 6 or so. Heavy the fishing, so heavy. Covered me in slime, that one has. He's a slimy boy. That one there, that blue one. Hmm? You can, yeah, if you don't mind, yeah, just grab that blue one, mate. So Tom's just asked me for a spare net, so he's absolutely emptied it. Because he wouldn't catch the skimmers, he'll be catching carp. Because I've got 3 or 4 nets, so... So what's happening here then? 20 minutes to go. I've just took me rig. Can't catch anywhere, can't catch down the edges, can't catch doing anything that I've planned to do, so got me rig that was fishing long, brought it in. Shortened it off a little bit because it's a little bit deeper out there than it is there. Plumbed it up. And decided to just fish meat short. Had a couple of little bites, stupid little bites off roach. Just thinking, it's not going to work. Then I've had a carp, lost it. There was some there. Then I've gone straight back in and had another indication. Looked like pricked something that was decent again. So I thought, oh, there's some fish here. So. Little pistachio while I wait. Got to make the float go under. Told you. Let's just refeed that out in there. Maybe down to the side here, he's not going to. Either to one side or the other way, he's not going to pester me feed, hopefully. He's a nice fish. See the difference? He just hasn't bolted off so far. He's properly hooked. His head pump. Get a bit more control over him. You've got the heads hooked. You've gone up to the lips and you just get them out quicker. I could have had him out and if I was a bit better at netting. A bit better. It's on £10 on the scales. No, so that puts us on £49 a cart. If we've got £30 of silver on £80, so it ain't done too bad. Six minutes left. Try for another one. Few fish here now, guys. Should have got on this half an hour earlier. Where's that gone?